Live now. Alrighty. Okay, so this is an experiment. Hello, everyone. This is going to be my first time doing like a trailer reaction. Let me make my window bigger. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'm going to wait for people to come in. Let me check. Yeah. See if there's anyone. Just want to make sure I'm actually live on Twitch right now. And oh, there we go. Yep, I am. Yeah, I just opened the Twitch app on my iPad. I'll wait for a couple more people to come in. If there's anyone watching, just post in the chat, because I don't really know. Yeah. Yes, this is Peter the Cat here, making a surprise appearance. I was going to react to the trailer for Metroid Prime 4. I have not watched it yet. I did watch like one of the older trailers, but I haven't seen the newest one that came out in the Nintendo's Direct or whatever. Now, I'm only reacting to one trailer because all the other games, like Tomodachi or whatever, I don't care about them. And I don't want to like just sit through multiple trailers and just look bored at a bunch of games that I'm not interested in. So I wanted to at least, but Metroid Prime 4 is the one game I'm interested in. Also the Pokemon one, but Metroid Prime 4 is the one I'm most excited for now. I don't really know much about what they're going to do with this game other than it's been in development hell for several years. To the point it's kind of funny that Metroid Dread, the game that was in development hell for even longer, like came out before Prime 4 did. And I have the other Prime games, the original on GameCube. It's the first version where you can do all the sequence breaks, not the later American version that Vic got rid of them. Prime 2 I have. I think that one's my favorite just because the upped difficulty. Prime 3 was fun on the Wii, even though they kind of lowered the difficulty on that one. And, I've had kind of mixed feelings about them doing a Prime 4. I mean, yes, I do like the games, but it's just that I feel like the third game kind of wrapped up the story with Phazon pretty well, so I don't know what they can really do with the fourth game. But I am excited to see that Silex is going to be in it. Just so you know, I have not played what was it, Federation Force or whatever. I've seen people say that in the end of that game, Silex steals a Metroid or something, or, well, we don't know if it's Silex, it's just, but people think that the ending of Federation Force goes into Prime 4. And I have, while I've not seen the new trailer yet, I've seen that there's images of, like, Samus with purple energy around her arm, looking like she's using the Infinity Gauntlet. And it's kind of making me wonder, is this actually going to be a sequel to Metroid Dread? Because the purple energy around Samus's arm looks kind of like when she's using her Metroid powers in Metroid Dread. So is this going to continue being like a in-between, the first and second Metroid games, or is this going to be like after Metroid Dread or something, and Samus got her Metroid powers she's going to use against Silex or something? I don't know. Let's see. How many people are watching? Yeah. Hello, DC. Hello, Wax Badger. I don't know how many viewers I have. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's weird. I have 2 people in chat, but it says 0 viewers on my iPad. I don't know. I liked how when I stream on my phone, it tells me how many viewers I have, but like if I try to look at the Twitch site itself, it's, I don't know, not updated or something? I don't know. So I don't really know how many people are watching me right now. It would have been maybe next time I should stream on my, with my cell phone where I can see, like, live how many viewers I have, rather than trying to rely on my iPad or something, which, I don't know. not very reliable, I don't think. Anyway, what else can I talk about while I'm waiting for more people to come in? Oh, I didn't mention that I also have the Prime Remaster. That game looks pretty amazing. I like that, excuse me, how they allow you to switch between playing it like you're doing the GameCube or playing it like you're playing the third Prime game. Kind of doing a hybrid thing. It is a bit strange, some of the changes they made to controls, like that game, charging now works kind of like how it did on the DS game. You fire a few regular shots and then you charge your beam, but they make it so that I think the beam charges a little faster just so it matches the original GameCube game. That's a change where it's a bit strange getting used to it, but I guess I understand it. Trying to think what else. I like the motion control they added, although I did notice that the Hive Mecha boss felt a little more difficult. What was that? Microsoft Defender. Oh, never mind. It was just some stupid message. But anyway, the Hive Mecha boss, which is the first boss in the Chozo Ruins, felt a little more difficult trying to shoot the war wasps that fly around you. That's like one of the few times where it felt like the Wii controls they added to Remastered kind of didn't work very well. But everywhere else in the game, I felt it worked fine. Trying to think what else. I mean, how many viewers do I have now? Well, it still says 0 viewers on my iPad, so I don't know if... Well, let's see. Is there anything on my computer screen? I'm still completely new to, just... There we go. I'm still kind of new to Twitch. This is going to be my first time reacting to a trailer. And, let's see. How long have I been streaming? 7 minutes. I'll wait a few more minutes and then I'll start. I'll watch the trailer. And I don't know, maybe hopefully there's no copyright stuff that gets in the way of me reacting to a trailer. The last time I reacted to a trailer was Batman v Superman back in 2016 or was it 2015? I don't remember, but it was I did a trailer reaction. And I wasn't really impressed with the trailer since they spoiled Doomsday. And then I saw the actual movie and it wasn't all that good. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think my last trailer reaction was nearly 9 years ago. I don't know, I guess I haven't seen anything else worth reacting to. I'm only just trying this trailer reaction as an experiment to learn how to do this whole... superimposing a video of me onto, with my computer screen underneath. So maybe, learning this, I can, do art streams on my computer in the future. Yeah, so it's all just a learning experience. Yeah. When I post this to YouTube, I'll probably just cut it so where it's just me reacting to the trailer, not all the whole waiting. Yeah. Is there anything on... Well, I don't want to show off my computer screen on... I don't want to, accidentally show something embarrassing. Let's see. I'm not starting the trailer just yet. I just want to... check Twitch on my computer and see if... it says anything about views or something on my iPad. I don't know if my iPad's not updating and... I don't know if my iPad... Wow. That's funny, I'm watching myself live. Oh, 5 viewers, that's fine. Yeah, it is pretty funny that I'm able to watch myself while I'm streaming. Kind of like that one scene in Spaceballs. They play the VHS while they're in the middle of the movie. That's kind of what it's like watching myself on stream live. It's so weird. But anyway, I guess I'll stop lollygagging and just play the trailer. Okay. Alright, so let me shrink down my window. Yeah. We're at now. Alright. Okay. Alright. Make sure the volume's up. Here we go. Now let me just double check to make sure it's all working fine. Yeah. Yeah, everyone can see the trailer fine. I just want to make sure that, I'm... Oh wait, I can just check. Oh, I forgot. I can just look at my my iPad and I can see live what I'm doing. Okay, I'll stop lollygagging. Let's play the trailer now. It's pretty. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
This is the unknown planet Vuros. Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center.
It's gonna be
in order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward. She's not alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike. As she explores the planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers. Psychic abilities. These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms and to open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams with the power of her mind. But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
Okay, so it's not Metroid Prime.
And what will be her fate after being summoned to Vuros? The threads intertwining beyond space and time are beginning to weave a new tale.
Like a new suit for Samus? Okay. Alright. That's pretty interesting. Well, yeah. It looks like a pretty interesting game. So now Samus is gonna have psychic abilities. Okay, I mean her suit is already pretty OP. I've seen videos talking of like going over power leveling Samus or power scaling, whatever it's called, and like going over things like just how OP she really is, how like one scan log about planet Zebes in the first Metroid Prime game like says that Zebes' mass is like many times bigger than Earth, and it would mean that Samus, in order to survive on Zebes, would like have to have super duper strength just to stand and walk and jump and everything. And just because the people writing the scan logs for Metroid Prime, like, I guess just didn't pay attention to, like, how math works, or like, or like what the implications would be for having a planet that massive. It's like now the people that do the power scaling thing have to say that Samus is like, you know, even without the power suit, is like superhuman or something. I could be misremembering. And now she's got like psychic powers and everything. Like it's almost like the Ultra Hand from Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know. It feels like, I mean, Metroid Prime 2 had the Light World and the Dark World, borrowing from, presumably from Link to the Past with its own Light World and Dark World. So I guess whoever's making Prime 4, Retro decided to borrow from Zelda again. Yeah, remember how Link is able to move things with magnesis, or, you know, build stuff with his Ultra Hand or whatever? Well, now let's have Samus do that too. Yeah, so I guess Prime, you know, I guess Retro had to come up with some sort of gimmick to make this game stand out from the other 3 games. You know, Prime 1 was just the first Metroid in 3D. Prime 2 was Light World and Dark World. Prime 3, did I say Prime? Prime 2 is Light World and Dark World. Prime 3 is Hyper Mode, which I've seen some of the developer interviews basically saying that was imposed onto Retro by Nintendo. Like, Nintendo weirdly interfered with Prime 3 in a lot of strange ways. Like, they I think the funniest thing was, like, originally Retro wanted to have side missions in Prime 3 would, like, Samus would actually do bounty hunting and, like hunting, I guess, criminals or something, and she'd get money and you could use those to buy upgrades. And Nintendo was like, no, Samus is an upstanding citizen of the galaxy. Because in Japan, apparently, bounty hunter is just a cool title for a space adventure, and it doesn't have the same implication as in English, where you think a character like Boba Fett or something. So, and I think one of Prime's developers joked that Samus is a bounty hunter pro bono, since they couldn't actually have Samus doing, like, bounty hunting or whatever. So, I'm interested to see, it's kind of strange they didn't, I don't think they showed Silex in this new trailer. Like, I'm most curious about him, but instead they're focusing on Samus is transported to a new civilization, and now she can, like, bend spoons like Uri Geller or something. Okay. Anyway. Would anyone be interested in seeing me react to the Pokemon trailer also? I could do that also. That's, like, the only other game I'm interested in. I don't care about Tamagotchi Life or whatever's been revealed. Sorry, fans of those series. It's just I've never played the Tamagotchi games. Let's see. Alright. Okay, let me... Okay, where's the... Is this the new... Yeah, it says March 27th, so... Let me pause that. Okay. Shrink the video down again. Whoop. Okay. Now let me check my iPad just to see. I know! How about, you know, like, I watch my iPad, after I see the trailer, I watch my iPad, so it's me reacting to my reaction to the trailer. And then, I don't know, when I post this on YouTube, I then react to that, you know, reacting to me watching the Pokemon trailer. Yeah, it's just a way to make new content, but, you know, just recycling old content. You know, just doing reactions within reactions within reactions. Yeah. But anyway, let's play this and... Pokémon Legends ZA.
Welcome to Pokémon Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokémon series. You'll begin your adventure by choosing one of 3 partner Pokémon. The setting is this metropolis that also appeared in the Pokémon X and Pokémon Y games, Lumio City. To make it easier for people and Pokémon to coexist, a company named Quasartico Inc. is carrying out an urban redevelopment plan. Here, we'll get a glimpse into the lives of the Pokémon and people of Lumio City. Scattered all over town are wild zones. These areas are special environments where wild Pokémon can live comfortably, even within the city. You can catch Pokémon here. But they might be hostile. If you sense trouble, get to safety.
There's redlining.
There are Pokémon that live outside wild zones too. Some of them can even be found on rooftops. People and Pokémon live easygoing lives in Lumio City. But when night falls, the city's aura transforms. Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament, the ZA Royale. Trainers await in battle zones. If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle. Strike first before being seen, and you'll land a surprise attack. During battles, using a super effective move at the right moment is key. And with Mega Evolution, some Pokémon can power up even more. You'll start at Rank Z and work your way up to Rank A. Trainers who reach the top are said to have a wish granted.
I wish there.
Day and night are two sides to Lumio City. It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered. What will you find on your adventure? Pokémon Legends ZA launches on Nintendo Switch later this year.
Alright. That was interesting. Okay, I'll just... Alright, just make myself big again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Totodile. Oh, speaking of Totodile... yeah, I know which starter I want in the game. Let's see. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. Yep, I'm on Team Totodile. I'm glad that my little blue gator is getting featured in a Legends game. I did enjoy Legends Arceus. I did finish the game's main story, but I haven't done like the remaining side quests in the post game. But I'm excited to see what Legends ZA does. I'm kind of ashamed to admit I missed out on Gen 6. I don't remember. I have either X or Y, but I only beat like maybe 3 or 4 gyms. I'd never actually finished it. I'm very bad at keeping up with the Pokemon games. I got Emerald version when Gen 4 had already came out, and then I think I got then I got Heart Gold. Yeah, I got Heart Gold because I already had Gold as a kid. Trying to think. I don't remember when I got Pokemon Black version. But I think I skipped Gen 6. I got Pokemon Sun version. And then I skipped Gen 8. Then I got Pokemon Violet version. It's at some point after I got Gen 7, I got Gen 6 just to see what it's like. And I remember people hated Lumio City because apparently, like, at one time, the game would crash if you tried to save there. And it's also really confusing and disorienting with the camera, but eventually it was patched. So, I don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if in Pokemon ZA, like, I don't know, just to frustrate players, they have the game randomly crash when you try to save. To replicate, the authentic feeling of being in that city back when you played Gen 6 on the 3DS. Yeah. Yeah, and I hope whatever next Legends game they do, maybe they have Trico as a starter, because that's my other favorite. Yeah, when I first got gold version way back in 2000, I nicknamed my Totodile Garfield, because why not? Then later, when I learned Japanese Pokemon game names, well, my Totodile was now a Feraligatr. I then renamed it Orudairu. However they pronounce it in Japanese. I know Totodile is Waninoko. I don't know Croconao's Japanese name, but I know that Feraligatr is something like Orudairu, and it's like O is like great or big or something, and Dio. Yeah. So, anyway, those are like the only two trailers I'm interested in watching. Let's get to the main feature in a moment. Yeah, I need to figure out, how do I turn off my, yeah, I'm still new to Twitch, so how do I turn off having my computer, I don't want to, okay, are you sure you want to remove display? Yes, I just want me on camera now. There we go. Let's see. Okay, I might have to center the camera again, because I can see I'm weirdly off-center on my iPad, so... Yeah, just a moment. Let's see. Now, how do I look now? Oh, good. I'm filling the whole screen. Okay. So, just a moment. Let me go get that loser artist, GuineaPigDan, and he'll draw Julian Lennon. So, un momento. Okay. Hey, asshole! Get out! I'm taking you out of the closet. There. Come on. Out. 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 No, Peter, don't. Hi, everyone. Peter just threw me on stream. What the hell just happened? Where are my glasses? Okay. Alright. Yeah. Well, those sounds, I think that's my Discord, just because I have my, well, maybe I should just close Discord. Okay, so let me reposition the camera so we can look at my little drawing board over here. Okay. Yeah, let me... Alright, I'll close Discord on my computer. That's probably where all the sounds are coming from, because I was sharing links on Discord for streaming. Okay. I wish there was a way to, like, zoom in better. Might have to get really close. Okay, the lighting here is not too good. Let me go turn on my ring light I got. Just a moment. Yeah. I should have prepped this before. Hopefully, it makes the tone paper a little more visible. Now, on the date of this drawing, it's dated. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's dated. Well, I wrote in the corner. So it's 2023 or something. April 21st, 2023. I can't tell. I think it's, yeah. Like I had an idea to do this drawing for like some time. Like here. I have the DVD over here. I got a copy of John Lennon's documentary from 1988, Imagine John Lennon. And Julian Lennon, his older son, is interviewed. And I really liked how Julian just... This is like during his 80s rock hair phase. Like, if you look at... Let's see, do I have a more recent picture of Julian? Well, if you look at his Twitter or Instagram or whatever, he now just does short hair. But I liked that he grew his hair out and he's got 80s rocker hair here. And I wanted to draw this. Yeah. I started this in 2023, but then I just never got around to finishing it. I don't know why. But, okay. Let me just... yeah, let me close my Discord. Yeah, okay. Alright. There. Alrighty, so if I have messages I want to send someone, I'll just have my phone on the side. Alright. Let me bring this a little closer. There we go. As close as I can. Oh, I got stuff on bottom. Yeah. Center it. There we go. Yeah. Well, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah. Strathmore toned tan, 50 sheets, 9x12. Like all several of the tone paper drawings I've done over the years, they came out of this sketchbook. I've done some smaller ones. I have a second one that's smaller, but anyway, let's get started. Whoops. All right. The tools I'm using, I wanted to use black and white. I've got a bunch of colored pastels that I've used, but this one, I just want black and white. So I'll just have black and a few grays. I made sure to get some new erasers. And let's see. Also got one of these. Yeah, yesterday I posted on Blue Sky that I didn't have any white pastels, but then I found this pack and it's like, oh, it had pastels here, but I won more white pencils, but Michaels didn't have any, and so I got a bunch of these gray colored pencils instead. I don't know how long I'll stream for. Hello there, darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah. Now, what I normally do... Now, for some of my tone paper drawings, what I like to do is I'll take a picture, I'll make it black and white and put a grid on it. And on my iPad here, I took this screen cap of Julian Lennon and I got a bunch of squares. I colored the ones in the center just so I can easily tell, which ones his face will be in. Because, it's all just gray lines here. So, this is what I'll be drawing from as reference. And of course I also have without the grid, something I learned in art school. I mean, I'm sure if coloring books, they'll be like, draw this character in this grid or something, and turns out that's not just a childhood thing. It's like actual artists will do this. Yeah, so what you see here is all I did back in 2023, so it's going to be a little difficult kind of reaching around this way. Trying to draw Julian Lennon to the side. Now, okay, looking at my grid. Alright, so I think it'll be easy. I usually start with like the nose or the eyes. Trying to just figure out how I want to. Something I got to help me with these tone paper drawings. Henry On's figure drawing techniques. He was a teacher I had in like my first year of art college, and I got his book, and like I've consulted this to help me like shade better everything. It's got like multiple examples of how to do faces and everything. Obviously I'm not as good as Henry On, but this is very useful, and I also had some books on pastels. I got them over here, but I was planning to like read them before stream, but I procrastinated. I could work on this in parts, like maybe I just do this for like an hour and then call it a night, and then pick this up again later. Just trying to look up examples where he draws eyebrows. I'll just trying to see. Yeah. The eyebrows will be a bit under the hair, so this may be a little difficult to do. Yeah. And let's see. It is a bit challenging to like draw something reaching over like this with my camera like right next to my head. Maybe I should in the future like do something where like I have this flat on a desk or something, and I just have the camera above to the side, so it doesn't feel like I have to reach over to draw this, because that'll make the drawing a bit challenging. Yeah, I have to. It doesn't help also that I had this on DVD. I don't know if there's a Blu-ray version of this documentary, and that would probably give me a much higher quality frame of Julian that I could. Yeah, because I don't know if it's visible on. If you'd be able to tell on the stream, but if I bring this up really close to the camera, this is very pixelated, but that's because this is a documentary from 1988, so they're still filming on, film. I mean, there is also I do have the new documentary for Above Us Only Sky that came out in 2018. That's Blu-ray and has interviews with Julian, but he's much older and he has shorter hair, so that wouldn't be much of a use to reference. I mean, I guess if I just want an idea of Julian's facial structures, I suppose that'd help. But I want to draw him as he appeared in the 80s. Yeah, I'll just start with my regular pencil. Now, Mark. Yeah, it's you want to be very careful with facial proportions, because right now, I know my drawing looks really strange. You want to... Nostrils. Yeah, I forget what the tip of the nose is. Well, I guess it's just tip of the nose. I couldn't remember if there was like a specific anatomical name for it. One of the first people that I discovered on DA. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I'll probably improve this later. Just looking at... Yeah, like, I should see if there's like a Blu-ray of this documentary, just so... And hopefully they're able to like upscale or up-res it or something. Because, working off a grainy screen cap is kind of difficult. Let's see. This, Yeah, let's see. I don't know what this is. Is it white? I don't know what the heck this tool is supposed to be. It doesn't draw. Yeah, sorry I'm showing my ignorance. It's just, I just got this thing because it came with a bunch of pencils and everything. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. What does it say? Yeah, I thought this was like supposed to be some sort of giant, like a really big pastel. I guess not. I'll just, here's my, here we go, my white one. Yeah, some highlight on the nose. Guess it. Oh, shoot, this doesn't have an eraser on it. It's like the white tip looked like an eraser to me. Kind of like this one. That's like... That messes with my eyes. Having a tip that looks like an eraser, but it's actually not. Alright. Yeah, so I'm just trying to... Yeah, it just goes up. Goes up the center of the... I keep forgetting this isn't an eraser. There we go. I really look forward to like making the eyes look better, because here he looks kind of sleepy. I mean, the screen cap I have. I mean, I guess he similarly looks a bit sleepy. I don't know, but obviously this is just a still image. He's talking in the clip, so it's a good thing I didn't like freeze it on a frame where his face was making a funny expression. I'm not sure if anyone would have noticed. I don't know if it was visible on, but I'm wearing a John Lennon shirt right now. It's the shirt of him wearing that New York City sleeveless shirt. There isn't a... Well, may not be in the actual screen cap, but I'll add a little eye glint there. There we go. There. I'm kind of just doing this in no particular order. I might end up redrawing this eye later. I remember I did a tone paper drawing of Jim Henson and Kermit, and I showed it to one of my friends, and he was like, "Those eyes look a little freaky," and I kind of will agree. Maybe I could have done a better job with my Jim Henson one. Although I do like how Kermit came out on that drawing. I mean, maybe I don't know, do some do-over drawings where, okay, I looked at this drawing I did years ago. I'm not happy with it. Let's redraw it and do it again. Okay. And now is yeah. I'm kind of just going in a random order here. I mean, I'm sure other artists would be like, I don't know, they'd do a rough construction of the whole face or something. Here I'm just like doing parts at a time. I guess I could like I could construct other parts of Julian's face. I think one of the problems is I have a place where his in between his lips is too low. I mean, I could play Julian Lennon music, but, you know, copyright stuff. I do have, like, a couple of his albums behind. Like, I thought of, like, having them on the bottom, but my canvas isn't that tall. Yeah, like, sorry for the interruption, but just showing off. Velotte, it's French, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like the name of some mansion. Secret Value of Daydreaming. Actually, You know, I could turn these into tone paper drawings since they're black and white. Yeah. Mr. Jordan, Help Yourself, Photograph Smile, Everything Changes, the one album that I think was released in only the UK for some reason, and his most recent, Jude. Yeah. And also, for some reason, just to show off my John Lennon things, Cynthia Lennon's memoir with foreword by Julian Lennon. It's been a long time since I last read that. But it does detail things like how Julian got his start doing his solo career in the 80s. And how, basically, to, I guess, test himself, he submitted like tapes to various studios without his name, so they didn't know it was the son of a Beatle. And if he got accepted, then he'd know, he really is good. Something like that. Obviously, Cynthia Lennon does have a lot of very unflattering things to say about John, and especially Yoko. I mean, if you've watched any Julian Lennon interviews where he's talking about his father, John Lennon was not exactly the best dad in the world. At least to Julian. He was a bit better to Sean. And notwithstanding that one time he yelled into Sean's ear too loud. But I don't want to get into every single controversy John Lennon got into right now. But I know there's going to be some wise ass that's like, did you know that John Lennon did this and that? And it's like, yes, I do know. I mean, the first biography I read of John Lennon was Come Together by John Wiener. Yes, I know the last name, but he was someone that gone into lawsuits with the U.S. government to declassify all of John Lennon's FBI files. I read that in 2005, 2006 or so, and the book came out in 1984. And it was good timing because I believe it wasn't until 2006, I think, that John Wiener declassified pretty much all the files on John Lennon. I should clarify, that's a little confusing to have, a guy named John writing a biography about another guy named John. I have to be careful or else it'll look like Julian's got lipstick or something. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely something I need to work on more to make more progress. What's this, the septum? I don't remember, but it's yeah, I definitely do want to work on this lip more. He's supposed to be kind of speaking. Yeah, I think I screwed up on the nostrils. Yeah, it is a bit difficult just because I look at, I mean, I guess if I look really carefully, it's pixelation makes the area between the nose and his cheek kind of flat looking. I mean, you can see some, the cash out under the nose is a little darker, so there's some definition there. It kind of makes drawing this a bit difficult. Yeah, because you have to get the subtleties of lighting and shading, otherwise I'm afraid it'll look like Julian's got lipstick or something. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll take some photos of myself or something posing with a light to my side and just to help me to get some of the shapes of, like, you know, the nose and the cheeks and everything. I want to be careful doing shading there. If I cross hatch it badly, it'll look like he has a scar or something on his cheek. It's been a while since I last did a tone paper drawing, so I might be a little rusty. Yeah, you can tell there's a definite cast shadow from the nose here. Yeah. Trying to. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make out facial features. They're almost entirely in shadow here. Might make the eyebrow a little, eyelid a little lower. Got a little bit of a highlight on the eye socket up here, so I might have to bring the eyebrow a little higher, or make the eyelid a little thinner. Yeah, like, this is a difficult place to shade. Been on for about an hour. This eye's in kind of shadow, so I won't make the white part of the eye as bright as this one. I don't know. I like when under the eye, if my pencil here, but it looks a bit like he's got mascara almost. So I might erase that. There's a little highlight of the eye. There's a bit of a cheek highlight here. Make it a little closer. Just want to be careful not to make it look like the eye is really big. You know, I guess what we might call Rembrandt lighting a bit, where you got, you know, there's a light source to the side, but there's like a little light on the cheek that's triangular. Not that Julian is like in a really dark room or anything. I mean, it's just, if you look at it, it looks like he's just, it looks like, you know, if you're taking school photos, that's the backdrop they just put behind you. You know, when you're like taking your graduation photo or something. Just something drab. Can't tell if there's like, yeah, there's like a tiny bit of reflected light. Oh yeah. Should be careful not to show something that looks a little too hot on stream. Yeah. Trying to think. This cheek is in a lot of light. Okay. If I'm not careful with shadows, like under the eyes, you can make someone look a little too old. That's what I'm careful of. There's a very subtle shadow under the eyelid here. It's just I want to be careful and not like make it look like an old man wrinkle, because Julian would be in his 20s, and I think, and he'd be, okay, this documentary came out in 1988. He was born, he'd be 25, I think. Yeah, I don't want to accidentally make him look like he's twice his age just because I give him too big of a wrinkle under his eye. He's got a big highlight on his forehead here. I'm not going in any logical order. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. Just a little bit of a highlight here. Bit on his cheek there. Definitely want to work on the lips more. Make it look more like he's actually like in the middle of talking. I mean, not that his mouth is wide open. It looks more like it's in between pronouncing a syllable or closing or something. Yeah, the way I made these squares, I made it. Okay, I probably should. Maybe I might use one of my gray pencils instead of this, just so I have a little more variety in the tones. Is this a... Oh yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, dark side of his face. Okay, that's like looking a bit too much like he's unshaven on one side. Yeah, I probably will have to work on this a bit more. Yeah, let's see how many viewers do I have. Oh, one. Oh well. What, am I too boring? No, one. Oh well. What, am I too boring? No. Yeah. There. Lower my voice on the stream. Okay. Try to think. Yeah, like going over this, I think I want to make some of the shadows a little not so dark, just so Julian doesn't look like a weird burn victim. You can tell it's been quite a while since I last did a tone paper drawing like this. His neck. I might do his shirt later. Just focusing on his face right now. I don't know how long I'll do this stream, but I don't want to do it too long because I found out when I did my last stream on this camera, it was like nearly 5 gigabytes big. I'm doing the Greymon stream, so I probably won't go more than 2 hours. But I made sure that this time the resolution is a little lower, so hopefully it doesn't take up as much memory as last time. Got an earring. Might as well, just light it up slightly. Yeah, I have the highlight of his earring there for future reference. drawing hair is going to be pretty difficult. I'm looking at this, and I might make almost his entire face, like the half that's all lit up. Like just go crazy with my pastel here, just because it's so bright and everything. And like have the brightest highlights, like really stand out. I wonder if okay, that's a little better. I might take some photos of myself. I might have mentioned this already, but just to study my own face and see how the lighting goes, just to help me. I met Winston Smith in December, and I showed him the tone paper drawing I did of Jello Biafra, and he really liked it. Even though I was like using a photo of Jello like from a couple years ago where he's much younger. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could do the same with this one where, well, the chances of me meeting Julian Lennon are like zilch, but, you know, if I did somehow meet him, like, I don't know, just like Samus, I'm transported to his house in Morocco, or I forget where he lives, but it's not in England. He moved somewhere else, but, like, let's say I'm just magically transported to where he lives, and I'm like, hey, Julian, look at what I did. You know, I'd want him to be happy, and maybe he display it in his gallery. I don't know. Yeah, I can tell in the grayscale, like the cast shadow from the nose is much stronger than the shade on his cheek over here, so yeah, it's probably maybe go over with a lighter gray. Maybe use my darkest gray for like the lips, or the space in between the lips, and his nose cast shadow, and then use a lighter, maybe also for the shadow on his nose, but then switch to a lighter gray for like his cheek and his forehead over here, and his hair. Like, again, this is why I would like it if I had like a Blu-ray or just something higher quality, just so, you know, the hair is a little more detailed. Well, like the dark side of his hair can almost be but just a blob with a few highlights of hair here and there, and it's going to be difficult to draw this side because being grayscale, his hair kind of just blends in with the background, although you can see it a bit better here. I wonder if I should switch to like a brown pastel for the hair, actually. That might help actually make the hair stand out better from Julian's face. Let's see, do I have a brown? I had brown pastels. I had a couple, like, I had too many to fit in this thing. But I thought I had pastels in my little shelves. Well, actually, let's see. I do have, what colors are these? There's a brown one in here. Let's see. Oh, dang, it doesn't put oil. Like, I was hoping there'd be, like, a color name on this. It's just 1122188. This one, this dark one, is 177. Just same 4 numbers, but then it's like, well, thanks very much. Like, what if I want to go to Michael's or something? I want a light brown or a dark brown. No. I have to look up 1122188. Like, that's what I have to look for. Well, I guess I could use the darker brown for like this side of his hair, and then the lighter brown, the part for where his hair is highlighted by the spotlights or whatever. I might work on this more off stream. Just trying to improve this. I think, do I want to try working on the hair a bit? For the earring, just to make it stand out. I mean, I can't tell what color it's supposed to be in the screen cap here, but I'll just make it yellow. It might be a bit strange having Julian his face be black and white, but then everything else is like in color. Like, shouldn't I make him peach skin toned or something? Let's see, I do have a pink pastel. I do have a light flesh color. Let's see what light flesh, how does this look? Oh, it actually does look, I'm not sure if I kind of like doing black and white or gray and gray. It's going to be challenging since the screen cap I have is so pixelated. It's going to be kind of difficult to like... Ooh, this is very dark. Yeah, I use this only for the really, really dark parts of the hair. Like, that's a dark area. Yeah, the best to use this. Yeah, this pastel, this brown one, best for maybe that spot in this area. The light brown one probably for everything else. Yeah, so maybe. Excuse me. Oops. I might have to. Yeah, so just mark the end of where's I don't think you see his ear very well. Yeah, I'm just doing this to mark where his neck and his cheek would end. Probably very, very careful with a very dark pastel like that. It'll be hard to remove. Yeah, I'm just doing that to mark
For his black shirt. Oh, that came out wrong, but for the shirt he's wearing, like, I'm wondering, like, should I just go like jet black with, a few gray highlights, or should I? Whoops. I guess it doesn't matter. Might as well highlight his little buttons. Maybe I should draw the button a little higher. We're gonna get high, high, high. That's a Paul McCartney song, not a Julian Lennon song. My bad. That button here is like really, really highlighted. It's funny, despite how crappy the quality of this screen cap is, like, I can still make out the 4 little holes on this button. There. Very important detail on Julian Lennon's shirt buttons. Yeah, this is like the detail that the whole drawing hinges on. Actually, I could, like, looking at the drawing, I could make, if I'm gonna make his hair brown, like, I should probably make his eyebrows brown also, but it would probably get a bit difficult when I'm trying to, like, have this a couple strands of hair going down his face. Let's do this to mark the edge of his face. Oh, wow. This is very, very red. Holy crap. But it's fine. Yeah, his face will be black and white, but his hair might be a little too bright, actually. Yeah, maybe for like the really, really bright spots of his hair. If I had a brown that was a little darker, like I used to have. Do I have some brown ones in here? I don't. Oh, that's a 2B pencil. I dropped. No, I can get it later. Yeah. Maybe I should have gotten some. Actually, wait. Michael's was running low on pastels anyway. Rip the other brown. Black. I don't want to accidentally. Maybe a little bit of. Dark brown there. Look at that, one little strand of hair I'm drawing. Now, looking at this in black and white, it's like there's some individual hairs that are like highlighted white. I guess I'll do the most significant ones. Let's see. One next to it is. Yeah. There's a little bit of white highlights there. A little white one going this way. Yeah, I'm kind of just drawing random hairs right now. Doing some easy white ones to highlight first before I build up more of the hair. Like, I'm sure if someone that's more experienced in figure drawing or heads and hands would probably tell me how I'm doing it wrong. Deservedly so, because it's been quite a while since I last did a tone paper drawing. Kind of just fumbling my way out around. Done this for 90 minutes so far. Yeah, I'm probably going to do this across several streams working on this. Just trying to figure out, like, how do I detail this? All this dark hair. I almost want to say this is like Julian Lennon during his weird Al Yankovic phase. Because, I don't know, for some reason it's just made me think Weird Al's hair. I did meet Weird Al at GalaxyCon in August. I don't know. guess a little bit of a slightly dark spot up here. A little bit of a dark spot there also. Might. Yeah, I think I might have to make the hair a little. Expand Julian's hair a bit here. My outline I did 2 years ago. There. Maybe not that much. Okay, there. There. I guess one way to like distinguish dark clumps of hair from lighter clumps, when using this is, maybe the slightly lighter areas or areas where the hair is like less thick strands, I just do like thinner strokes like that, whereas the dark areas, it's like really dense. I guess I can do that. There are some like light streaks here and there. And it's like trying to look at this area, it's like I don't know what the hell to do. Maybe I should get like a live model with slightly longer hair or something that I can like reference. It's like a few strands that are highlighted. kind of just doing whatever now. Because, like... Yeah, this looks crap. Just... Yeah. Yeah, it's like I just have a bunch of scratchy gaps, and I think it'd look better if I just filled them in. But first I... Yeah, I guess I'll... Yeah, I'm just doing random strokes. Trying to match the direction the hair is going. Okay, I guess I won't use this light red after all. I think this brown one suffices, unless I find like a light tan one in Michael's. I might have to do another shopping trip. Yeah, and then we're going to have some hairs that go down his face on this side, but I'll do that later. I just checked something real quick. Trying to think. He has a few hairs that come down. Oh, I already marked. Yeah, I probably should have streamed earlier, but I got busy. Yeah, I might go on for like 10-20 more minutes. Because I don't want this to be too long. Yeah, I could use a lighter brown. And this is way too light and more reddish. Yeah, I'll just leave this side empty. I don't want to break out black. That would be too dark. Huh. There's a strong cast shadow under. That's something I like. Yeah, for the chin, or I mean the neck, you have cast shadow there. Had a lighter gray or something. Easier. Yeah, make Julian Lennon look less like a burn victim. Yeah, it could be like highlight shadows, like the core part of the shadow. Maybe use that, my pencil, but then like have the tone paper fill in like kind of the in-between tone. Yeah, just trying to look at how something like that. I probably should get a lighter gray shadow. Let's test these. I haven't tried any of these. These are actually colored pencils, but let's see how they look. That one's 30%. I'll just put 30 WG, warm gray. This one's the lightest one. So light, it's barely seeable. I don't know. Maybe this could work in some areas. I don't know. But it's like a little too light for me. I don't know if I'll really use that. 30% cool gray. I can barely see that. But, you know, some of these may be useful than the 70%. Yeah, I just wrote down notes to myself. Maybe the 30% cool gray might be useful in some spots. This one, where's the name? There it is. This could help. I just need to sharpen it a bit. This one could maybe help, like some of the transitions, some of the shadows to the skin tone a bit better. Because just using my mechanical pencil here and the dark gray one, it just makes, yeah, the burn victim effect, I'll call it. It looks a bit too stark. There's not a lot of middle transition shadows, if you get what I mean. How long have I been going on? Oh, 1 hour, 45 minutes. Know what? I'll continue this maybe in a future stream or off stream, I don't know. But anyway, how about we do something fun just for like the last couple minutes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my sketchbook is behind. Let me this fun drawing really quick before I end the stream. Maybe I'll clip this. Trying to think. Let's do something really quick. 3. Should I draw Domino doing something? Or maybe Peter the Cat or one of my other characters. Just trying to think of something. Oh. I know. Gonna draw Domino. Okay, this is just off the top of my head. So, if I had a photo ref, I'd probably draw Domino a little differently. He's a fat little guinea pig. It's not easy for him to run. Domino will run very quickly if, there's food ahead of him. But what can make Domino run really fast the opposite direction, running away from something? Maybe Peter the Cat has regressed to his base instincts and is trying to eat Domino. This is just really fast for fun. I might detail this better later. That's a bit too high. Let's try and finish this before the 2-hour mark. Well, not finish it totally, just sketch the main body and everything. There's his chest. There we go. Hard to draw a fat guinea pig running. And Domino's little stubby legs can't go all that quick. Kind of want to try to figure out This maybe. Yeah, well, having a photo ref of me running away would really help. Because, you know, I feel like I'm skewing Domino's anatomy somehow. This doesn't look good. Toes. Just one thought. Oh, there's a spammer, although... Oh, come on. Well, I guess I'll... Come on. Well, is it really worth it to, like, delete a spammer when I'm almost done with the stream? I don't even know if the spammer will appear on the chat. Alright. Reuben Taker. Be gone! There. I mentioned your username, so now you are forever named and shamed, you spam bot. Anyway, that's what Domino's running away from. A spammer. There we go. Here we go. There. I'll probably detail this later. There. I've got a bunch of space over here still, but it's nearly almost 2 hours. There. Since I watched the Metroid Prime. Oh, well, maybe I got an idea. Oops. Crap. Really quick. There, I'm doing this without any reference. Oops. do this in like 2 minutes. Okay, I could probably draw a Totodile much better than this, but I'm doing this under a time limit. Okay. Yeah, not the best Totodile in the world, but there. Since I watched Metroid Prime 4 and the Pokemon A to Z thing, or ZA, whatever, I added Totodile laughing at Domino saying, "Sucks to be you!" running away from a Metroid. Oops. So that'll be all for tonight. I better end this stream. Anyway, to anyone who watched, thank you for coming. I probably should have streamed earlier in the day, but I got busy. I wanted to try and clear enough memory, so when I get ready to post this to YouTube, it's not taking up 5 gigabytes or whatever. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. GuineaPigDan and Peter the Cat, he's somewhere over there. We're gonna sign off now, so well, I guess if you haven't seen it, I got my John Lennon shirt here. And like father, like son. Yeah. And yes, I also have Sean Lennon's albums, if for anyone wondering, watching this, on YouTube or whatever. So anyway, GuineaPigDan and Peter the Cat. Bye, everybody. So I'll end stream now. Thank you for watching. Good night, everyone. Stop streaming.